Hello again, guys. I'm back with some more facts. Before I begin, as you guys can see, I got a guy on the screen, more like the man in black, right? Because I want to address something before I begin, of course. I would like to definitely tell people, no, once again, I am not working for the government. I am not being paid by the government, if that makes you feel better, okay? I don't belong to the CIA. I don't belong to the NSA. I don't belong to the FBI. I don't belong to any of those branches, guys. I'm just a normal citizen of the United States. Decided to tackle these stories on my own, okay? Simply because I felt that a lot of people, like myself, deserve the right to know that a lot of these so-called, alien abductions and alien contact stories, whether they're real or not. Some of them may be true, of course, which, of course, in some cases, it seems like some of these cases are very strong. However, when I first began this YouTube channel, as you guys already know, I began with one that is like widely known, somewhat popular still, the Valiant Thor story. And the reason I'm saying that is because, once again, people think that I'm just coming on here and just because the government is paying me, right? And I'm just going to direct your attention away from things that are real, right? So anyways, the guy on the screen you're looking at, his name is August Incognito, born August 15th, 1920. All right? For those of you who also know that his name is August C. Roberts. That's August Charles Roberts. The known photographer of, the 1950s, 40s, and even after the fact, of course. You know what I mean? Because he was known for taking pictures. Exclusively the Valiant Thor, right? Or shall we say Frank Ernest Strange's pictures? Anyways, the reason I'm showing you guys Mr. Roberts is because a lot of people have a huge misconception about the guy. Now, you think that this guy was one of those good guys, but in fact, he really wasn't what you think he was, guys. He did believe, of course, in the possibility that extraterrestrials are real. However, he also associated himself with people such as Gray Barker, who was his boss, like I told you guys, because August C. Roberts worked for him from 1953 all the way to 1962. And at the same time, he was working for James Moseley. Now, of course, if you guys know these two names that I just mentioned, besides August's name, right? Then you guys know that these guys were known hoaxers of the 1950s. All right? And not only that, but of the two, I would say that Gray Barker was more of the diehard skeptic. Of course. All right? So what does this guy did? He uses to his benefit and create, UFO alien newsletter. Because he figured people are so obsessed with with that wave. So he figures, why not, right? James Moseley did too. So there were I want people to understand that, yes, there were real organizations out there that were out to debunk these stories. So you see, this is not the first time, that I'm the first person to ever talk about stuff like this, because it did happen back then, guys. Some of you know and some of you do not know. And yes, even though I was not in the 50s, because I'm not a 50s baby, right? I was born in 1974. As I told you guys, I'm 43 years old, okay? All I had to do was do some research. That's all I did. And people were saying, well, how are you able to obtain this information from this person and this person? And simple, guys. The internet, okay? You got to say, thanks God be, thanks be to the internet, because I was able to find the information that I needed and also contact individuals that I needed in order to conclude, the Valiant Thor story. Okay? Now, for those of you, of course, that know I'm still new to YouTube and I'm trying to figure it out still, guys. So you have to please bear with me as I try little by little how to figure all this out. I'm still new to YouTube, even though that I started, I think April or something like that. I still consider myself new. I'm not no big computer technician. Okay? And for that, I apologize. But yeah, what I want to say is that it's not that hard to look up certain things. And I'm sorry that I don't know how to do these links. I'm still learning, but I'm going to tell you anyways, for those of you who want to know. You can look up, of course, www.ancestry.com. You can also go to www.newspapers.com. When you want to look for any of the subjects that I've discussed, you guys will see there's a whole lot out there, guys. Okay? And for those of you who don't believe that this man's name was August Incognito, you will see that there is no such thing as one person having two social security numbers, all right? And you will see that that is so. That his name originally, at birth, was August Incognito. And he wasn't listed as Incognito in 1948. That's when we started seeing a different name, August C. Roberts. All right, so let's go on and continue. Yes, I put this as a joke, to let these people know, like, hey, this is my FBI card, right? Since people seem to think that I work for, the government and try to say that I'm on here being paid, I'm an informant, that I'm here just to throw your attention away from these stories. And I'm here to tell you that that's a load of crap, because once again, I am not part of any government, any program or anything like that to try to show you, to throw your attention away from things that are real. And this story, of course, you guys already know about, and I'm not going to, continue talking about it. I just wanted to show you that this is one of the photographs, of course, that you guys know August C. Roberts from. Okay, because he was at Howard Menger's home. And you see Howard Menger right there with Rose right there. And this right here is Frank Ernest Strange's. And, and the funny part is, you think August C. Roberts did not know that that's Frank Ernest Strange's? Of course he did. He was there, guys. Okay? Now, August C. Roberts and Frank were friends. So, you guys don't have to believe me, and that's fine. Because, of course, there's naysayers out there simply because they didn't do the research that I did. Okay? Now, maybe there is people that did research to a degree, but didn't want to come out and say that this story was a bunch of bull. And I thank those that can understand that everything they see is not what they think what it is. So let's continue. All right? Because this is not what I want to do. As you guys can see, these are the countless photographs that August C. Roberts took. And then I already told y'all about this. This is the photograph that I was telling you guys that, of course, it was doctored, as you guys can see. Okay? Now, I'm not going to go on it over here because I already discussed it. And I showed y'all. I just wanted y'all to see that this is one of the photographs that August C. Roberts did using the method, of photoshopping. So, let's continue. See, as you guys can see, this is the black and white photograph, right? As you guys can see. from the color one that I just showed you. Now you see the kids disappeared from in front of the lady with arms crossed and legs crossed, and you know. But people don't have to believe me. There goes August C. Roberts again on the right with another photographer. You know, there's a lot of things that we can keep talking about, but I felt it was necessary to talk about Charles August Roberts simply because, again, people think that, you know, he was just some nice guy and, you know, he was able to take photographs, and now it's a good sell for books, isn't it, guys? The thing that I don't understand is that Frank claimed that Augie Roberts gave him the photographs, right? Which of course is true. But then think about it for a second. Why, if Charles, you know, August Roberts was proclaiming that there was such Venusians, that he took pictures of Venusians, then why is it, guys, that he did not do any lectures with Frank Ernest Strangers? Now, please don't go ahead and tell me that maybe he was afraid, because people told me that before. Oh, maybe he didn't want to be criticized for taking those photographs. No. The reason I say that is because I just finished telling you guys that he was part of a magazine newsletter, by the way. I already told you. He worked for Gray Barker, okay? The Sociarian Bulletin. So there's no way that August Roberts is going to be afraid of talking about, you know, UFOs and aliens. And no, he wasn't afraid of none of that. In fact, you'll find interviews, okay, with him talking about things like that. But not one time do you hear him talk about anyone by the name of Valiant Thor, and that he took any photographs of any alien beings. Now, contrary to what I've heard ufologists out there, and I'm not going to say their name because I'm not trying to promote them, okay? That they made a claim that August Charles Roberts wrote to Wendell Stevens, and that he talked to him about these people that he took pictures of that were Venusians, right? That'd be Valiant Thor. Or should I say Frank Ernest Strangers, right? So, I can tell you this, guys. I did this all on my own. I didn't have to get that letter myself, simply because all I had to do was do a blow up of the, I'm not going to show you guys here, obviously, because, you know, I don't want to go through the process, but I think I wrote it down, each word for word, what that letter said. Now, this person was talking on a lecture, claiming that August C. Roberts was talking about these three people, right? That'd be Jill, Dawn, Valiant Thor, and other pictures, but that is a lie. Because, of course, he was talking about several UFO pictures that he's taken of flying saucers, and I think he was saying that he was exhausted. Not only that, but he was saying something about keeping originals of photographs. Not only that, he also had photographs of people that claim that they took pictures of UFOs. So, of course, he kept those pictures for himself. All right, here it is. And I got it right here. I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it for you guys, okay? This is what the letter says. And I hope you guys don't think that I'm lying, because I really am not, guys. You guys will see it for yourself. When you see this lecturer, if you blow these pictures up, you'll see that it says Wendell, right? Because this is what August C. Roberts is saying. This is December 16, 1985. Again, remember, August C. Roberts died in 1994. So he says, these photos are all the photos I was able to make in the time I had available. This weekend I will make another group that will show extreme dramatic photos taken from Howard Menger's movies, which clearly show a spaceship coming in for a landing. Plus, other photos you will find exciting to look at that Howard Menger took. It's difficult trying to shift through hundreds of photos, slides, negatives, trying to tell a story for you, To me, it's like redoing my photos I already have. But I would not give to anyone these priceless only copies. In other words, you hear what he was saying. So I must reshoot them for you because of Christmas, my sister's death, my friend Julie, blank, blank, blank. I don't know if he's not talking about Julie Strangers or anything like that, guys. Because you got to remember, okay, there's no way he was talking about her. Now he says brother breaking her nose by punching her, my car problem, and now 2 of my friends dying 2 days ago, another a few weeks ago, and then something about tried to cut into my temp, or I have no idea what that meant. Plus all the cooking, cleaning, clothes, washing. It's almost like he was, saying that he was busy and there was a lot of things coming up. So, he wanted to just let Wendell Stevens know what's going on. Now, of course, me personally, I believe Wendell Stevens was once again one of those individuals, okay, who took the UFO alien phenomenon for a ride. Because there's a lot of them out there that do that. All they want is money in their pocket. Okay? So, once again, that's the letter that he spoke of to Wendell Stevens. And like I said, there's this lecturer out there, she's a female, and she made the claim that in this letter, that August Roberts was talking about Valiant Thor and the Venusians, and no, he did not. So, I'm just showing you guys how things work. People really are so, man, it's just sad how people will go that far, to just deceive, and they can just look at themselves in the mirror and be like, "Whoa, I got away with that today," Now, I do agree with many of you guys out there which say, some of those people are telling the truth. Yes, I agree with you, okay? Do not doubt that. But what I'm saying is that it shouldn't always be about coming to a podium and talking to people about your next book, your next new book that you got in store for them, Hey, why don't you go buy your copy of my book, Why don't you just say what you need to say at that podium when, of course, the time is when it's that time? I don't know. I guess it's me, right, guys? I guess it's me. But then, of course, people go as far as to call me a government agent or an informant and, and continue to make these crazy claims. So, I mean, I laugh at them. I laugh them off, because, once again, it's just ridiculous. How I could be here and tell you how I really am, yet, because of course they don't like what I'm saying, they're trying to turn it around and try to say, well, this guy worked for the government. Well, this guy's an informant. Well, no, I don't think so, okay? I don't think so. And once again, I must say that that's the thing that I've been talking to you people about, that when you ask the right questions, okay, such as, no, I want proof, give me solid evidence, that's the wrong question to ask. Because these people are going to be offended that you ask them those questions. Okay? But then, if you just go on, oh, can I get your autograph? Hey, can I get some of your photos? Hey, can you give me this? They're going to love you for that. Because you're not asking the question that you should ask them. That you should ask them. But yet, here I am, being accused of something that I am not. Okay? And once again, I have to say that I would like to thank those who subscribe to my channel, others who like my videos. I even thank the people that, dislike my videos. But I also want understanding as to why, you guys feel that, you don't like my video. Help me understand. Maybe I can do something better the next time, right? Okay? Now, of course, I keep going to the 50s because, again, guys, the 1950s is where this all began. Until this very day, right? You still got people claiming to be hybrids. You still got people claiming that they have direct contacts with extraterrestrials. You got people still claiming to be abducted by extraterrestrials, experimented upon, all that stuff, guys. You even got people right now talking about that they've been part of secret programs of the government, right? But, you know, yes, I can understand to some degrees we may not be able to find, you know, these informations when it comes to secret projects and stuff like that. But then I find that kind of like disrespectful, because if a person is coming forth with something of that nature, you have to have at least some form of like proof, okay? So we can confirm that there was such a program. And that's why when I was going to talk about the Corey Good story, I did look at it, yes, and I saw that it was kind of interesting. But you see, that's how it all begins. People somewhat abuse this phenomenon, you know, alien UFO phenomenon stuff, that they take advantage. So they think, oh, this is my time now. Let me just go ahead and make myself known now. Let me make a little money off these people now. Right? And then all you keep hearing them say is, hey, just get my next book. Hey, did you guys get my new book? But then people get mad at me because I'm saying these things, when in fact, that's exactly what they say every time, you know? It shouldn't be about that. It really shouldn't. Because, again, if you're doing a lecture, don't you think that it's fair for everyone that you say what you need to say at that particular day? Right? Now, let's say if it takes 2 days to express everything that you have, you know, researched, then let it be. If you can say everything in that one day and, what, a couple hours, let it be. Don't go ahead and try to, you know, reel in some people and you know, get their attention, but then you're not going to finish. Just say, oh, I'll tell you the rest of it. Just read my book. No, I think that's unfair. That's very unfair. And that's why I think that people like myself, there's many of people like me that are out there that ask these questions. But again, the questions that we ask to the, you know, to those con artists out there are the wrong questions. They don't want you to ask questions. It's forbidden. Just like psychics, right? It's forbidden for you to ask, oh, how do you do this? Or how do you do that? As soon as you start questioning, okay, that's when people get upset. Oh, well, you're so wrong. No, they're the ones that are wrong, because they're playing off of your emotions, okay, by cold reading. Are all psychics real? Hey, who knows? Maybe, yeah, of course, right? How can there not be an afterlife? I believe there's an afterlife. But what I'm saying is that there's a lot of these people that are out there that use these systems to their advantage. Didn't I tell you guys about magicians? They're illusionists, right? Their whole purpose is to entertain you. How? By making you see what you don't see. So they make you think that magic is real, right? I'm just making examples, guys. Don't go ahead and, you know, and break your head into what I'm trying to tell you. It's obvious of what I'm trying to say here, guys. Okay? I'm just saying that there's a lot of people on this planet, you know, there are good meaning folks, but then there you got the other ones, the ones that don't care about you and I. Those are the ones that are about themselves. Survival of the fittest, that's how they see it. Okay? This is not something new, and we know this ain't something new. This is something that's been going on for hundreds of years. Okay? I'm not trying to get political on this because, again, my channel specifically is for what I just said it was for. For those that make claims of being abducted by aliens, right? That be beings that are not from planet Earth, or those that make claims that they have direct contact with beings that are not from this planet. Whether they be Nordics, whether they be alien looking, whether they be mantis looking, whatever. But it's difficult, guys. It's difficult to believe sometimes because there are so many out there that are a bunch of liars. There's a lot of them. But then people are going to get upset at me. Don't get upset at me. I'm a seeker like you. I'm a seeker just like you guys. All I'm trying to do is find the truth. Okay? That's what I'm trying to do. You know, so people go on their ways and be like, well, this guy, man, he's just out to get this guy and that guy. And no, I'm not out to get anyone. I'm out to point out the facts, and the facts will always remain the facts. Okay? Because that's just what I'm about. I'm not on here asking for money. I don't get paid for this. You know? I just enjoy this platform, considering that I can see that, you know, we can get through to a lot of people. Those that are open-minded, of course. Now, those that are diehard skeptics, hey, sorry, man. You know, there's no place for you here if you're a diehard skeptic. Because, you know, basically, I don't deal with diehard skeptics, considering that we'll argue all day long. All right? There's the, you know, my take on UFOs. I already told you guys that flying saucers and spaceships, in my opinion, are two different things. Okay? Spaceships are the ones that are not from planet Earth that do these, you know, unthinkable movements in the sky, obviously that we're not familiar with, right? Those I consider to be spaceships. Now, flying saucers are those that can be used from the Earth, that are out there to fool you, to make you think that these people are from Venus or wherever, and all they doing is trying to confuse you. Yes, we can say that's somewhat of an experiment. So many people probably have had that experience where government officials were the ones on these flying saucers from the planet Earth, from here. Okay? So they think that they had contact with alien beings. Hey, that's just a thought, right? I'm not saying it's a fact. It could be. It could be. Because if we believe that, you know, aliens, as you guys call them, right? We call them. I can say an advanced civilization. If we're to say that they've been here for hundreds and hundreds of years, thousands of years, then what is it that we can possibly know more than them, since they've already been here plenty of times? You know, so when you hear these people talk about, well, you know, I've been experimented on, and okay, listen, don't you think that these beings have been doing that, you know, enough to the point where they already understand the human body, how DNA works? If you believe that they had a hand in DNA and, you know, and mapping it out, then there you go. That is God in the making, right? Because that's why I said, what if God looks like that? An advanced civilization, and we don't understand it because, of course, in modern day, we're taught to believe that, you know, religion is like, you know, we pray and all this stuff. And I'm not saying it's bad, people. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that there's a big difference when it comes to religion and spirituality. It's two different. Okay? I believe that no religion should control anybody on the planet. None whatsoever. But anyways, I'm just trying to give you a bunch of hints here and there, guys, so you guys can gain an understanding about what could possibly be happening out there. Anyways, this photograph you guys are looking at was made by August Roberts. As you guys can see, it says a dark room saucer was created by August C. Roberts. And then what he did was he put a painting, a plastic model, or a saucer with luminous paint. All right. Now, the funny part about this that you guys didn't catch, many of you haven't, if you look at Howard Menger's book in 1959, which of course was published by Gray Barker. Okay. So you see what I'm saying, guys? Now you understand where I'm getting at? Gray Barker was the one that published Howard Menger's book. Okay, the Saucerian Bulletin, which was of course his, and then the book From Outer Space to You. You will see what appears to be things that match this right here. And guess, oh my God, if you guys only knew, man. August C. Roberts helped Howard Menger with the photos, guys. Okay? And you know how I know this? The reason I know this is because in the book, when you open it, you will see that he's thanking August C. Roberts for photographic consultation. Okay? And of course, Gray Barker puts a little, little sprinkled taste of his own in there because he's speaking in the foreword of the book. Remember what I told you about Gray Barker? He didn't care about any of this, guys. All he cared about is going along for the ride because he was able to, get money out of all this. He didn't care whether it's real or not. In his eyes, of course, it wasn't real. But anyways, I'm just trying to show you guys how, if you can see that August C. Roberts was able to do this, and then you see that book that I'm talking about, From Outer Space to You, and you can see the photographs. Well, actually, let me see. I have them here. Let's see if we have enough time before, right here. Here we go. You see that? You see this, guys? This is a photograph that's supposedly at Howard Menger's home. Okay? I'm just trying to show you guys. This is not me, okay? This is supposed to be two aliens. But it's funny because just look at the photograph, guys. It's pretty sad how people stoop that low, right? Now, right here, you got Howard Menger right here, Connie Menger right here, and this is supposed to be an alien right here. Okay? Right here. You guys decide. You guys decide, okay? But as you can see, it's a bunch of bull. And he knew it, and Connie knew it as well. She knew it. Come on now. How could she not know? Even Howard's first wife. Okay? Which, of course, a lot of people don't talk about his first wife because now it's all about Connie, right? But what about his first wife, Rose? Yeah, you guys forgot about Rose, didn't you guys? I didn't. You see, that's where a lot of you go wrong because you're not trying to reach the right places for the facts of these stories, okay? As you guys can clearly see that in 1957, he was still with Rose, but once he met Connie, boy, it was all over. It's like, I don't want you no more and I'm moving on. And I'm sorry for saying this, guys, but, looking at the records, I didn't see any records indicating that Howard Menger was married to Rose at all. Hey, I know, maybe they were really married, of course, and anything's possible, guys, but because she was known as Rose Menger, right? And, of course, her maiden name, I guess you want to call it, is, her name was Rose Marie Polsinelli. Right? And I didn't see no type of records of Howard Menger being married to her or divorcing her. There was no records of such. None. But you do see records that he married Connie, of course, Constance Weber. This is things that you guys can find yourselves, guys. It's not just me. So, again, when there's many of you that, you guys be saying that, how are you able to get this information? And you have to give a little to get a little. Some things you have to pay for to get it, and that's basically what happens. So, this is how it all begins, guys. When you're on a quest to research something, again, you have to give a little to get a little. All right? So I'm trying to tie all this together with August Roberts because he was Howard's friend as well. He was friends with, of course, Gray Barker. It didn't matter that Gray Barker was his boss. He was also a friend of his. And so was James Mosley. And for those of you that don't think I know their middle names, I do know their middle names too. Because again, this is stuff that you can find. Go to Wikipedia. Go anywhere you can see. Okay? His name was what? Gray Roscoe Barker. And then James Mosley, his middle name was Willett. So, see? So you guys can see I'm talking about the right people. It's not that I'm making them up, in case anyone's wondering out there, So, again, if there's anyone out there that want me to investigate a certain story for them, and, because they feel that it seems somewhat real, then feel free to express it. Bring it to my attention, and I'll definitely look into it. I'm not going to be like these so-called researchers out there that, once again, they want to put their thoughts in a book so that when they go to a lecture, they won't give you everything. They'll give you some of it, and then they'll tell you, okay, now that you got some of it, then now you can buy my book. You see what I'm saying, guys? Not me. I'm giving you the whole scoop. The whole scoop. That's what I'm doing here. So, if people don't like how I'm doing this, I don't know what to tell you. This is just what I'm doing. This is something that I chose to do on my own. Because I felt that, enough with all this bull. That's how I felt about this, I know people got their own channels. You got people talking about that they're channelers. You got people talking about that they still communicate with aliens from moon and, oh my God, people. I'm just saying, it's just crazy, man. Sometimes you got to come down a little bit, guys. You got to come down. Because you got these people that they're really trying to throw us off. So we got the real people that are really trying to help us out by trying to get the government to expose once and for all, to disclose that extraterrestrials been here. And they're not going anywhere, guys. They're not going anywhere. They're staying here. Okay? That's just my opinion on the matter. And like I said, if the UN decided to elect a person, of course, which you guys already saw the other day, that I briefly put a video about the female that became the first outer space ambassador, and I don't know who it is now, but if anyone know, please feel free to tell me. But I'm just saying, it's all about having an open mind, guys. We got a lot to watch out for on this planet. Okay, we got a lot to watch out for. We got the people that are using this for their advantage so they can get money in their pockets. And then you got those that are trying to deceive us because, of course, they don't want to disclose that aliens or an advanced civilization has been coming here and are here. Okay, and they've been here for hundreds of thousands of years. And they're not going anywhere. So again, guys, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you dislike what I said, you can dislike it as well. Please put at least a comment as to why you hate it. Maybe you might help me out, like I said. Okay. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, feel free to do so as well. I got nothing personal against anyone. And I'm open to anyone out there. Okay? But once again, I ask that people do not try to attack my intelligence because, once again, I'm not here to play around with you or your mind. I'm here to tell you there's a difference between real things and unreal things. To decide what is fact and what is fiction. To put those in the spot that claim that they have these experiences, yet they have no solid evidence to back up their claim. That's all. That's all it is, guys. That's all I'm doing. That's it. Nothing special. I'm not telling you to go to my next lecture. You can come to my next video, yeah, for free. And that's what I'm going to continue doing, you know. So with that, guys, I'll leave you here with that. I had to open with August C. Roberts because I figured, I'll let you guys know a little more about who the guy was. Because maybe I didn't finish, telling you guys enough about the man. But him being surrounded by James Mosley and Gray Barker should tell you enough. Okay? That should tell you enough. There was many people who became around those people. When you surrounded yourself with Gray Barker, you were sure to know that you were going to be influenced by him somehow, some way. And there are guys out there that said that that's the case. He was able to make people believe that their stories were real, even though it wasn't. He didn't care. He's like, I just, tell the people anyways. They'll believe you. Once again, there are people that use this alien UFO phenomenon to their advantage. And there are those that really are telling the truth about it. Okay? But again, it's difficult to, to really believe people when they don't have any solid evidence. That's all I'm saying. That's it, guys. That's all. So till then, guys, I see you in the next video. And thank you again for, taking this opportunity to listen to my, my video, watch my video. And, again, I'm going to keep posting what I believe to be fact. If I tell you that, in my opinion, that it's false, I'm going to tell you that it's false, in my opinion. Okay? And I'm going based on what I'm looking at. On facts. Now, of course, people can say, well, what do you determine to be facts? I just said what it is. If you can make a claim, right, you got to show me solid evidence that you have contacts with an extraterrestrial being or that you had some type of abduction. I need to see proof. No proof? Then I can't accept that. Other than that, that's not going to change the way I believe. It's not going to change that, I believe that extraterrestrials are real. That'll never change, of course. I'm just saying that, this is the way the world works, guys. You either choose to believe something or you don't. You either like my channel or you don't. I'm not going to hate you because you hate my channel. But I'm going to defend, obviously, the things that I'm saying because I'm going based on my research. Not that anyone gave me. This is my own stuff that I put in my hard, myself to. Because I want people out there to know that there is a big difference. So on to the next video, guys. I see you and thank you for listening.